Oh my God, Nate Silver. Why am I linked to this now? Don't vote for any Democrat in 2028 who doesn't repudiate the pardon within 48 hours. Jesus. I was meaning, would an embassy really emphasize the word supposed to like that with the clear implication that it doesn't happen like that? I'd have thought they would be more professional than that. It feels like he's just having some friend pretend to be the embassy. Oh, no, it's probably a friend that he has in the embassy. That's my guess. This isn't like the official communication line or whatever to, it's probably just a friend he has that either works in the embassy or is an American in Israel or something. Can you explain what you mean by provoked? I legitimately don't understand what you mean. What could he have been doing? I don't know, hanging out, shouting at people, you know, puffing out their chest. Like the settler people get real protective when they see people around their place, so they'll come out and they'll, you know, hold their guns and do whatever. And the other guys, my guess is there was some kind of provocation. That's my guess, just because there's so much video that's not here, and because of the way the guy is like texting like a retard. Send the American army in to save us. I don't know, but who knows? Who knows for sure? That'd be my inclination.
It continues using similar cruise missiles
I'd be inclined to
like
believe that.
Caliber and
Yeah.
UN.
Who are you with? Who are you with? You Ukraine?
Yeah.
Good.
But Russia continue even using the cruise missiles and also nuclear-capable ballistic missiles in Ukraine since 2022.
Why would they attack the grandma though? Because they're unhinged?
So do you consider providing Ukraine with the Tomahawk or similar missiles as an opportunity to equalize the possibilities of Ukraine and Russia and push Moscow to the negotiation
Yeah.
table?
Sure. We're going to be talking about that. That's why we're here. Okay? Fair question. Exactly as he told you to say it. But we're going to be talking about it. Okay? Yeah, please.
Good one. Trump pardoned George Santos. We saw that. Trump denied the Tomahawk missiles to Ukraine after a phone call with Putin. Really? What's with the retarded? Who are you with, guh? It's like the Hassan version of like, aren't you the guy who? Isn't he the guy that? Aren't you the guy who? Who are you with? It's like that thing.
Win. And just like a fart in the wind, a fart in a white suburban wind, they're gone. They're all gone. The No Kings protest is over just like that. They've all cleared out. And you know, they're late. He's the, you know what? Shout to the brother there, but we're late. He's late. But yeah, just like that, they're gone. Just like that. An hour and a half, they were here. Conviction apparently has to be scheduled. You see, and allyship is on a deadline, especially when Kayleigh has to get ready for her ballet recital a little later. It's absolutely hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. Timed advocacy. Timed advocacy. You know, I got a lot to say about this, and I'll say it a little bit later, but suffice it to say I am not surprised by this. I am not surprised that that these fucking weekend warriors were in and out so that they could go and do all of their own stuff. But, you know, that's how you know this is empty. That's how you can tell all of this is empty. The only ones who are calling Donald Trump a king are liberals. The only ones who are referring to him as some type of monarch or whatever are them. Okay? Pointless from the very beginning. It's empty, but apparently they're going to keep doing it. Came across a couple white ladies who said, we're going to be doing this next week. We're going to keep coming. I guess they were trying to get us to validate them or something. I don't know. Anyways, that's it from downtown New Row.
One of the things I try to stress to you guys, I keep saying this over and over again, and someday you will believe me, okay? People say, Destiny, your unhinged rhetoric is giving conservatives an excuse. Like, when you don't disavow, it gives them an excuse. No. The excuse is pretextual. They will always fabricate. They'll always create some excuse. They'll always do something like this. We found this out during BLM. People that are surprised about this, like, oh, they're leaving, they're gone, right? They peacefully protested and then went back to work. Remember for BLM, well, I shouldn't say BLM. No, not for BLM. Or was it during BLM? When did they do the take a knee thing, like the Kaepernick stuff? That was way before BLM, right? Or was it not? When did Kaepernick do that? This was way before BLM, yeah, okay. People lost their shit on this. There is no acceptable way to protest when you're against the thing there, or when they are for the thing that you're protesting against. There is no acceptable way to protest. Kneeling's not okay. Obviously, rioting's not okay. We should agree with that. Peaceful protesting's not okay. They just don't want you to protest. They don't like what you have to say. Not mad. Just made the scheme very obvious. It was the perfect picture. Okay, Clanker. Got him. The phone call, Putin appears to change Trump's mind on Ukraine again. It was the latest swing in Trump's position on the war that often shifts following contact with Putin, who has shown skill in influencing the U.S. president. Putin put his relationship with President Donald Trump back on track with a phone call just ahead of Trump's crucial Friday meeting with Ukraine's president, Volodymyr Zelensky, that was meant to include discussions of providing Ukraine with powerful new long-range weapons. Up until the Thursday phone call, Trump had seemed ready to boost Ukraine's arsenal and negotiating position with Tomahawk cruise missiles, but in its wake and after the subsequent meeting with Zelensky, Trump played down all talk of the missiles and instead focused on yet another summit with Putin. Oh my God, he's going to make peace for Ukraine-Russia for the 15th time. It was the latest wing in Trump's back-and-forth positions on the Russia-Ukraine war that often change following contact with Putin, who has shown a great deal of skill in persuading the U.S. president to his view of the conflict. They're always going to have something to bitch about, but doesn't it matter the legitimacy of their complaints? Sure. That's why I think there's some things we should just never do. Like, I don't think rioting or like blowing shit up, I don't think that's ever okay. That's not good. I think we should always be opposed to that. Do you think a return to normalcy is legitimately possible, or do you think we're just going to have to evolve from whatever this is? It can be, yeah, if there has to be a truth and reconciliation process, which will be painful. And I don't know if we even have the will as a country to do it.
This weekend, ex-Congressman George Santos living life as a free man after President Trump commuted his...
What is that shirt? It's a cute shirt. Look at it. Look at how cute they are. Is there anything on the back? No. Aww. Who does your merch? I think we tap a lot of artists, but the main guy in chat is the Gunk guy. Who also was a lifesaver on my West Coast tour. He was the guy helping me. I gave him the big case to fire, or I just read a thing, fire, to fly from city to city with. Because I think the big case with the cameras in it was like 80 pounds. Fuck that.
His prison sentence. Santos was serving a 7-year sentence for wire fraud and aggravated identity theft in New Jersey.
Trump explaining, quote, George has been in solitary confinement for long stretches of time and by all accounts has been horribly mistreated. Therefore, I just signed a commutation releasing George Santos from prison immediately. Good luck, George. Have a great life.
George Santos joins us now to react. George, thank you so much for
Oh, hey,
joining
there he
us
is.
on the couch. So let's just, first of all, congratulations on getting out.
You know, thank you. Thank you for having me. And thank you to President Trump for clemency and for having such an amazing will for second chances. You know, I feel like it's justice served in the sense of I've made some poor choices in my life, but nothing would warrant a insane, arbitrary sentence. But on top of that, a sentence that no one else would have gotten, a treatment that no one else would have gotten, 41 days in isolation in the SHU. And to add insult to injury, I had 2 co-defendants, one who got probation, one who was me, who had 7 years, and the other one who's still in the same facility today, suffering the same thing. Sam Mealy is still sitting in there, which I still think it's a great injustice. All non-violent first-time offenders with no criminal background. And we're being thrown in this harsh environment with absolutely nothing. So when I spoke to President Trump yesterday, I told him my commitment would be to prison reform. I told him my commitment would be to fighting to help Sam Mealy and so many other people who are being absolutely drowned with this arbitrary sentencing style of judges who are trying to circumvent the First Step Act.
So you
Okay, don't care. Somebody asked if I thought this was intentional. I mean, I feel like it must be, right? Like somebody is talking to you about your wardrobe. You're meeting world leaders. I don't know why you would wear a tie that could look like a Russian tie. I just feels fucking retarded. I don't know why you would do this, but you got along with George. What do you think about the commutation? I mean, the way that he described his charges to me, they all sounded like bullshit, but that was his story. So I haven't dug into like the wire fraud stuff he was actually charged for to have a strong opinion on it. So I just don't have a strong opinion on it. I've thought about doing history deep dive into any other countries like Israel or particular time periods of history. I've read a bit of stuff off stream actually. I just get interested in random shit. Turkey is a fun place, man. I think I got irritated and I tweeted yesterday. Turkey truly is like all the things that Israel wishes it could be. They're just like, it's such a Chad. Did this person block me? Or do they delete their post? Oh, fuck this person. Whatever. Okay. Turkey's just done so much crazy shit, and they like barely even account for it. I don't know if people thought I was memeing and all this, but I'm pretty sure like every single one of these things, I'm pretty sure are true. The pussy Palestinian genocide, 2 years, 60K dead maybe, versus the Chad Armenian genocide, 2 years, 1.5 million dead. Most of them, I think, in the first year. Surrounded Israel. Oh, with the deal from the UK, the Balfour Declaration. Still had to fight off 10 plus Arab states just to create a country. They got no help from anybody in the beginning. Versus the Chad Turkey from the Sigmund Man Empire, who lost World War I because they were too busy genociding Greeks to fight in the war. I actually don't even know what the Ottoman Empire did in World War I. I know they were killing a lot of fucking people in their own in their own territory, though. The Nakba of 800,000 Palestinians, constantly cried about for a century later, versus Turkish Infinity Stone snap of over 1 million Greeks out of their territory for no reason. LeMayo. There was a reason, technically. The Greek leadership wanted to leave because they were worried the rest of them were going to get fucking killed. Based. Loser nuclear state Israel, because they have to get a nuke to try to not be destroyed. Versus Chad NATO member Turkey, who doesn't even need to waste time getting their own nukes. Spooky Israel may be destabilizing the Middle East, while Turkey shoots down Russian jets for fun because they were flying to Syria and would impede on Turkish desire to murder more Kurdish people. True. Fake and lame Israeli democracy versus Chad Turkish dictatorship that has coups every few years but don't even change leaders. Erdogan just aura farms the military. I still don't understand how that works. I feel like every time they have a coup, the military like comes in, they're like, you better stop that. And Erdogan is like, no. And they're like, okay. And then it just goes back to normal. I don't know. Israel constantly apologizes and is chastised for killing 2 Palestinians in West Bank versus Giga Chad Turkey killing hundreds or thousands of Kurdish people per year. The numbers are hard to find on this. Kurdish deaths are hard to keep track of since Turkey doesn't consider them human. True. Submissive Israel begging the U.S. to bomb Iran, while Alpha Turkey tells the U.S. it wants to go bomb ISIS in Syria, but instead uses the opportunity to just go bomb more Kurds in Syria. LeMayo, true. Jewish conspiracies about Mossad and ISIS working together, while Turkey was their #1 buyer of oil. Actually based energy policy. Pretty sure this was true. They would just truck all the oil right up into Turkey, and then they would come back and pick up more. Beta Yahoo triggers half the U.S. by speaking to Congress, while Alpha Gon shows up in the U.S. and orders the security guards to beat U.S. citizens just to flex his jawline. Apparently people have forgotten about this. Mossad accused of random attacks all over the world versus Turkey openly sending aid flotillas. They're all empty, by the way. LeMayo. That's true. The big one in 2010 was just empty. There was nothing in there. Oh, and the Greta Thunberg one was also empty. Constantly towards Gaza, just for memes. The last one was so memey. They put Greta on it. She ate all the food, so they were empty too. LeMayo. I don't think this person was actually a huge Hassan supporter, though. I read this. I got irritated because this person is like, chronically online left as a purity test to hell and back are maddening. So it sounded like she was agreeing with Hassan's complaints here about what was going on, but Hassan created this environment. I'm not a Hassan fan, LeMayo. I don't watch a stream. I just think he's understandably frustrated by purity testing on the left because it's unproductive. Oh, so I clicked her profile. I was like, yeah, let's see that. And then you know what her last picture was? Holy Giga Chad. I was going to fight, but I saw your last pick, Queen. Carry on. The Turks in your Discord were big mad. I have a lot of respect for Turks. I think they're funny as fuck. My face when I'm Israel, and every time I do something, I make the world a more dangerous place for Jewish people. Versus my face when I'm Turkey, and I do things around the world that make the world more dangerous for Arabs because Americans think that Turks and Arabs are the same thing, and Turks hate Arabs too. So it's just like ultra memes. I don't know. I just think it's funny. I have a lot of respect for him, okay? Turkey is like the America, Russia of the Middle East, all right? They're an empire. They just do their shit. Oh, yeah, the whole occupation of Cyprus. I don't even know anything about that, other than I heard they're not supposed to be doing it, but... What other countries pique your interest? I tried to read about Iran. I didn't realize they were just like idle for a lot of history. It seems like it. Like in World War I, they're doing nothing. They're like discovering parliaments. Fuck, there's a name for them. The whole lands of Persia and everything. I don't know. We'll go back to it at some point. Oh shit. Do you think Grok agreed with me? There's 2 replies. Oh, it didn't work. Oh, it didn't like him. Most claims hold up under scrutiny, though framed satirically to expose selective outrage. The Armenian genocide killed 1 to 1.5 million. The Nakba displaced about 700,000 Palestinians versus 1 to 1.5 million Greeks and Assyrians expelled or killed amid Turkey's post-World War I collapse. Turkey's Kurdish operations have killed tens of thousands since the 80s with minimal global backlash, unlike Israel's Gaza response. Points on Turkish ISIS oil ties, Syrian incursions, and flotillas, like the 2010 Mavi Marmara, are documented. Hyperbole underscores inconsistency. Oh, bae, Grok, my Clanka. Why are you ignoring me like that, Grok? Why did Grok ignore him? Ouch. I wonder why Grok doesn't respond to this guy. Rip. We have the greatest military in the world. Thank you for your service. Who the fuck is this person? A bot? What am I looking at? Damn, do you think that was real? Top Gun. And it's AI music too? I don't know why I was like this. What? Ryan Grimm. Soon after the explosion in Rafah, I'm told by a source familiar, the White House and Pentagon knew that the incident was caused by an Israeli settler bulldozer running over unexploded ordnance. Why would an Israeli settler be in Rafah? What the fuck is Ryan talking about? After Netanyahu said he was blocking all aid from entering Gaza in response to an unleashed bombing campaign, the administration conveyed to Israel that they know what happened. Netanyahu then announced he would reopen the crossings in a few hours. What? Okay. Shouldn't be. There should be settlers in the Gaza Strip. Tom Morello, when it comes to writing the most dog shit fucking guitar solos you've heard in your life. Wait. This isn't the guitarist for Audio Slave, is it? Or what? Tom Morello. I feel like I know this name. I should know this name. Oh my god, it says a hashtag Audio Slave. Oh wait, Rage Against the Machine? Oh. Because it reminds me of, and Audio Slave? Oh. Reminds me of the guitar solo on this song. This is a cute song, but the guitar solo is like... Why? He was the guitar player for both? Oh, okay. Like, this part is okay. I don't know. Somebody asked, do you listen to less music on Vyvanse? I listen to less music when I don't play League. Because it's hard to... I can't incorporate music when I'm doing like politics or whatever. When I used to play League, though, it was easy to throw on stuff and listen to the background, but... It's harder to listen to new stuff when I'm talking about shit. What is this?
My guy!
Whoa, hey, sir, step back. Let him go.
I just wanted a hug!
Move.
Are you serious? There's supposed to be security here for this exact thing. I can't have people just running up and grabbing me. It's
Kiss my guy!
Whoa.
Hilarious. Oh, I saw this Trump truth earlier. This is the president of my country, by the way. Did you see that Legal Mindset deleted his videos? Nope, I did not see that. How the fuck can you pay attention to political videos while playing games but can't with music? It makes no sense. Pay attention to political videos while playing games but can't with music. Well, because usually the game I'm playing, a lot of the stuff is automated. Like I've done it a ton, so I can focus on the video. But I can't listen to music and listen to the political stuff at the same time because I'd have to focus on both. It's not, yeah. You can only ever focus on one thing at a time. Had some issues getting Nox to run smoothly with OBS. I'm a few days away from PoE 1 practice. Not 100% sure what to stream. I'm so sorry to say this, but I might actually stream League of Legends. That's where we're at right now. Oh no. Is Nox, is that an Android emulator? What is Nox? What I feel like I've heard this thing before. Yes. Okay. One yes, that's all I need.
You fucking fag! Go get a job! Yeah! Go get a job! Loser! Fucking loser!
Oh no. Oh no, bro, stop. Do you think he's day drinking? He stole his glasses. Oh, he got tripped a second time. Oh wait, did he steal his glasses?
Ride your bike, you fucking fag!
Whoa, not cool, dude. Oh, that guy stole his glasses. I see. Oh no. I can't tell who's calling who the F word. Deport ICE. Oh my god. We got center left people wielding the fag word now? That's a scary world. Oh no, they're gaining power. Oh no. Fuck. Hold on, there's a reference. There's a pop culture reference in my mind. What am I thinking of? Is it an anime one? Is it a movie one? Where like a guy shows up and he has a thing and they're not supposed to be able to use that thing. And it's like, oh fuck. Not Captain America picking up the hammer. Fuck. I'll remember it. It's on the tip of my brain. Also, oh my god. I watched the, I guess I spoiled myself, but I see people referencing it, so I was curious. I watched the ending of The Sopranos. Jesus. Whew. I can't imagine watching that on TV. Oh my god. I don't think I can even hear that song. What the fuck? Holy shit. Oh my god. Did you finish the series? No, I only watched like 3 full seasons of it. I should catch up. I've seen so many like clips of it, I know, but I'd never actually seen the ending before. Jesus. Jesus. Did you like it? I don't know. I feel like I would need to watch more to have like a more fleshed out opinion. But I would say, yeah, I think it's pretty bold. The fuck? The U.S. is rolling back tariffs on products that cannot be grown, mined, or naturally produced in the United States. What does naturally produced mean? I don't think anything is naturally produced, no? Like, are we looking for factories that grow from the ground? What does that mean? It's so stupid how back and forth we are on all of this. Dude, fuck The Sopranos. Watch Better Call Saul. It seems like a cash grab / meme series, but it sounds like damn good. Everything I've seen of Better Call Saul makes it look really good. I will issue one complaint, though. Okay? I will issue one big complaint. And maybe if I watched the full series, maybe I would have a slightly different take on it. There's a name. Is it Lalo Salamanca or whatever? What's the guy's name that I'm thinking of? Metal Gear Solid 1 was a game that had some plot twists. Metal Gear Solid 2 had some insane plot twists. They're just crazy. This is a crazy game, okay? And then Metal Gear Solid 4 was just, it wraps everything up, but oh my God, there's just so much. 2 diverts to, after 2, there's a slightly more straightforward plot, Metal Gear Solid 3, which some, me I think included, will consider like one of the best games in the series, okay? There was also a game that was released, Metal Gear Solid 5, and in it, now there's other things like Peace Walker and Metal Gear Acid and all that. We don't care about that. Fuck all that shit, okay? What people were hoping is that Metal Gear Solid 5 would be like a very neat connection that would get us from 3 to 4, okay? Like 4 is supposed to be like 2010s or 2020s, or it's like in the future, some robot future. Metal Gear Solid 1 is like in the late 90s. 2 is like, I don't know, 2005 or whatever. Like they're, would you call them period? No, it's when they came out. But 3 was supposed to be set in the Cold War. I want to say in the early 60s. And then 5 was supposed to be, is it right after the Afghan-Soviet war? In the 70s? 70 to 80s? I don't know when the year of Metal Gear Solid 5 was supposed to be. It might be 80s, yeah. A thing happens in Metal Gear Solid 5 that's a little bit annoying, but it has to be that way, is Metal Gear Solid 5 introduces a villain called Skullface. And it was weird because you're like, well, hold on. We know what happens in Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2. We know all the villains and all the enemies and everybody. I've never heard of this guy, but where the fuck is Skullface? I don't know who the fuck this guy is. And so he's introduced and killed in the same game, and it's lame, and it's like, well, who the fuck do we care? I don't know what the fuck this guy is, whatever. Now, who cares because it's Skullface, because he sucks, and it's whatever. However, in Better Call Saul, they have to do a similar thing. And it feels like they introduced this guy called, is it Lalo Salamanca? Who, just from everything I've seen of him, seems like a fucking, the actor seems really good. The performances seem really good. The character seems incredibly menacing, threatening, like a younger, more edgy version of Gus, maybe? I don't know. It just seems like a really cool character. And it sucks that they introduce somebody like this and you know that he has to die somehow. I'm guessing he dies, right? I don't think I've seen him die. I'm sure he does at some point. And it's like, fuck. If Breaking Bad didn't exist first, is this a character that would have been treated differently? You know, that sucks. But you saw Breaking Bad, right? Yeah, I watched all of Breaking Bad. Kino, Metal Gear Solid story / explanation. Oh, 5 years ago, Donkey Video. Okay. Do you think Breaking Bad is the best TV series? I'm a cuck, so I would have to give that to The Wire. Everybody who's seen The Wire says that. Maybe I would change it to The Sopranos if I watched the rest of the seasons of The Sopranos, though. Maybe. The problem is that, like, The Sopranos, I feel like so I watched the full first 3 seasons. I feel like my biggest issue with The Sopranos is the performances, I think, are very unbalanced. Like the what was the name of Tony's actor? James Gandolfini. This guy's performance is so much better. And there are a few really good performances. Like I think the wife does a good job. A couple of the like mobster guys do a good job, but some of them are not as good. I don't think like I like her role in the character, but I don't know if I feel like the therapist gives the best performance. The guy who does Christopher in the early seasons, I feel like he's overacting a little bit. I feel like it's a little goofy sometimes. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the performances are very inconsistent. I feel like in The Wire, like I feel like I was super in that world. Like everybody's just on point. I don't know if I'm sure there is if I think about it, like a bad performance on The Wire. I feel like everybody in The Wire did an exceptional job, and it was everything about that is just so exceptional. But the in The Sopranos, I feel like there's a disparity for sure. Okay. What is this?
The difference is,
And you're going to go to San Francisco next.
we're going to go to San Francisco. The difference is, I think they want us in San Francisco. San Francisco was truly one of the great cities of the world. And then 15 years ago, it went wrong. It went woke. Remember my statement? Anything woke
is broke.
And then I used a filthy, well, broke is another word. I used a filthy word, but I didn't.
No.
I took enough heat on that. I won't say it again. But it's
What do you
true.
say?
I mean,
Fuck?
nothing changes, right? But we're going to go to San Francisco, and we're going to make it great. We're going to make it great. It'll be great. Again, San Francisco is a great city. It won't be great if it keeps going like this. Chicago's another one. So the head of the Union Pacific, who you probably had on your show, he started off as like a conductor, and now he's the chairman. Sort of a great, so his father worked for the railroad. The Union Pacific, great company. And he was in my office, and I talked to him because he knows all the cities. He said, sir, save Chicago. It's a great city. We're going to lose Chicago. Save Chicago. That was 2 months ago. And I said, let's do it. And I met with like this legal force. And don't forget, and I haven't used it, but don't forget, I can use the Insurrection Act. 50% of the presidents almost have used that. And that's unquestioned.
Are there like parts of the Insurrection Act that I'm not familiar with that get commonly invoked? What does he mean when he says that? 50% of presidents have used 50% President's Insurrection Act. "15 U.S. presidents have invoked the Insurrection Act out of 45 men to hold a position in total." It's still more than I would have thought. And that's unquestioned power. Ooh.
Deputy White House Chief of Staff.
Well, the administration filed an appeal this morning with the Ninth Circuit. I would note the administration won an identical case in the Ninth Circuit just a few months ago with respect to the federalizing of the California National Guard. Under Title 10 of the U.S. Code, the president has plenary authority.
Stephen?
Plenary authority is unchecked, unlimited, nobody can question it power. He got this talking point from Stephen Miller, 100%. The president told Bartiromo before making a statement, a somewhat garbled point about Democratic state officials. "I choose not to. I'd rather do this without invoking it. But I'm met constantly by fake politicians that think they know, that think that they, it's not a part of the radical left movement to have safety." He also confirmed that he was imminently planning to send National Guard troops to San Francisco while describing himself as the chief law enforcement officer of the United States. Did he say that?
Power. I choose not to. I'd rather do this. But I'm met constantly by fake politicians that think that, it's not like a part of the radical left movement to have safety. These cities have to be safe. Our cities that are Democrat run, exclusively just about, are unsafe cities. They're a disaster. And I'm going to save the cities. I didn't run on that. I ran on crime, but I didn't run on straightening out the city.
I mean, it's in quotes here, so I'm guessing he said it. Like, the federal government is not supposed to do state law enforcement. When we're talking about things like the Second Amendment, this is like state militias and the right to have like a separate, like to be separate from an oppressive federal government. The idea of like a federal police force being sent into states to enforce whatever laws. I mean, they don't even have law enforcement powers here. It's just insane to me. Is the chief law enforcement officer thing part of their unitary executive theory? No, because that's not even, that's just like a corrupt, that's not a part of anything. That's just, I don't know what to say. That's just a crazy thing. The president is the head of the presidency, and he nominates and installs the head of the Department of Justice, the Attorney General, who makes the ultimate decision on prosecuting cases. And in the Department of Justice, you have the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, which houses most of our federal police, but those are only for federal crimes, not going to states to enforce state crimes. And you shouldn't be using the military to do law enforcement. That's just not what they're for. It's very, very, very scary whenever that's being spoken about. That's like only when states have lost control of their ability to enforce the law, like the Rodney King riots and stuff. Can somebody tell me why doesn't Newsom just... What would happen if he were to mobilize the whole National Guard and just like have them chill? Like just house, like just stay home, but like you're now under my control. It wastes a fuck ton of money. Does it cost money? Maybe you have to pay them?
President Trump has authorized military strikes against suspected drug boats in the Caribbean. As you know, so far more than 20 people, Senator, have been killed in 6 different strikes. Do you believe that these strikes against these suspected drug boats are legal?
No, they're not. They're war crimes, but...
No, they go against all of our tradition. When you kill someone, you should know if you're not at war, not in a declared war, you really need to know someone's name.
Have you looked into how they're funding ICE during the shutdown? No, how are they funding ICE? Are they funding ICE?
At least you have to accuse them of something. You have to present evidence. So all of these people have been blown up without us knowing their name, without any evidence of a crime. And for decades, if not centuries, when you stop people at sea in international waters or in your own waters, you announce that you're going to board the ship and you're looking for contraband, smuggling, or drugs. This happens every day off of Miami, but we know from Coast Guard statistics that about 25% of the time the Coast Guard boards a ship, there are no drugs. So if our policy now is to blow up every ship we suspect or accuse of drug running, that would be a bizarre world in which 25% of the people might be innocent. The other thing about these speedboats is they're 2,000 miles away from us. If they have drugs, they're probably peddling drugs to one of the islands of Trinidad or Tobago off of Venezuela. The idea that they're coming here is like, it's a huge assumption, and really shouldn't you have to present some proof? It is the difference between war and peace. In war, though, you don't ask people's name. But if they want all-out war where we kill anybody and everybody that is in the country of Venezuela or coming out, that has to have a declaration of war. It's something that is not pretty, very...
That's true. You would have much broader authority to do attacks on Venezuelans or Venezuelan stuff, like boats and stuff, if you were actually at war. That is true.
Expensive, and I'm not in favor of declaring war on Venezuela, but the Congress should vote. The president shouldn't do this by himself.
Yeah.
Let's.
What is this? Wait. Hold on. I saw a reel last night. Fuck. I will find this. There's no way I'm liking this much shit. I am liking this much shit. No, hold on. You literally like every reel? Only if they have over 100,000 likes. Then I have to. Even if I don't get the joke. Fuck! Where's the thing I'm thinking of? There's a guy who's playing a game where you like punch. You can punch and use an axe. I'm guessing it's hard to control. What am I thinking of? Somebody knows what I'm thinking of. I will click through every picture here until I find the reel I'm fucking thinking of. Alright, fuck it. What's this one? Nope, not that one. This one. Nope. Half sword? I don't know, maybe. Gojo versus LeBron. Why did I watch this?
LeBron? Oh, he's not even touching him. Damn. What's happening? How you gonna do LeBron like that? And he locked in. He's still ready? Still ready. Oh my god. Gosh. No way. Oh, now it's clear. What? Ain't no boy can stop that. No way. He reversed it?
Gojo. Did I not like this? I know I like this. This one? No. You're looking for this video. Envious Trust. That's the one. What? TikTok is not loading for me. Oh, wait. I found it. Oh, that other guy did link it too. You're about to get permabanned. What the fuck is this game? Is it half sword? Jesus. He beat that guy up. I just got this letter in the mail and I need to share it. A beautiful schizo letter I got in the mail. Jesus. What do you have OneNote running? I don't think I do. I don't even think I have that on my computer. Why? Oh my God, that's where Jordan Peterson is.
America's much more consequential violence. Okay? It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just all of
oh no.
America's much more consequential violence. Okay? It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just all of America.
Okay, no more reels. You guys suck. Stop. Wait, did I lose a link? My video. Whatever. Trump says he will pay troops despite government shutdown. The president said he's identified funds even though Congress has not appropriated new money for the military. Okay. President Trump said on Saturday that he had identified funds that would allow the government to pay members of the military during the federal shutdown, even though Congress has not approved additional money for the troops. Pentagon officials said they had planned to tap about $8 billion in unspent research, testing, and evaluation money from the prior fiscal year, which they would use to issue mid-month paychecks to service members in the event that the funding lapse continues beyond October 15th, the next date that they are said to be paid. Mr. Trump's budgetary maneuvering appeared unorthodox, even though it may spare more than 1 million active duty service members from financial hardships as the shutdown approaches the end of its second week. It was not clear how long the Trump administration could rely on such accounting moves to pay troops in the event that Congress cannot strike a spending deal. I will not allow the Democrats to hold our military and the entire security of our nation hostage with their dangerous government shutdown, Mr. Trump said in a social media post announcing the plan. Typically, the troops do not receive wages while the government is closed, a political hazard that often spurs negotiations between Democrats and Republicans. Lawmakers otherwise have had to adopt special legislation to pay the military during a federal stoppage. But Mr. Trump has repeatedly pushed the limits of his power, in the current shutdown. The president and his aides have lessened the pain of the closure for some and maximized it for others, including Democrats whom Mr. Trump is trying to pressure into supporting a short-term spending deal. Mr. Trump previously told reporters that he supported legislation to pay the troops during the shutdown, siding with House Republicans who have military bases in their districts. But Republican leaders said there was no need for such a measure and insisted that Senate Democrats should simply pass the stopgap resolution to fund the entire government into November. You've got a military pay bill right here. Senator John Thune of South Dakota, the majority leader, said on Friday at the Capitol, brandishing a copy of the stopgap bill. This pays the military. Somebody said this includes ICE, does it? President Gustavo Petro of Colombia is an illegal drug dealer, strongly encouraging the massive production of drugs in big and small fields all over Colombia. It has become the biggest business in Colombia by far, and Petro does nothing to stop it, despite large-scale payments and subsidies from the USA that are nothing more than a long-term rip-off of America. As of today, these payments or any other form of payment or subsidies will no longer be made to Colombia. The purpose of this drug production is the sale of massive amounts of product into the U.S., causing death, destruction, and havoc. Petro, a low-rated and very unpopular leader with a fresh mouth toward America, better close up these killing fields immediately or the U.S. will close them up for him, and it won't be done nicely. Thank you for your attention to this matter. President Donald J. Trump. Okay. Jesus. ICE and Border Patrol agents to receive pay during government shutdown. This is 3 days old. Damn. According to emails seen by Reuters, even as other federal workers go without pay, the pay plan was communicated to U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement and U.S. Customs and Border Protection staff on Wednesday in separate internal emails seen by Reuters. After Reuters first reported the plan, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem said in a statement that more than 70,000 law enforcement officers across DHS, including those in CBP, ICE, Secret Service, and Transportation Security Administration, will be paid. They are to receive by October 22nd a super check covering pay for all hours worked during the shutdown period and the next pay period. Like in advance? The decision shields the personnel who are implementing one of Trump's top domestic priorities in the face of mounting public criticism from the financial hardship many federal workers are experiencing during the shutdown. Why in advance? The fuck? Oh, so you can't claw it back or whatever, or so that they are... Jesus. It's not clear what funding ICE and CBP would use to provide pay to the workers. DHS did not answer a question about where the funding was coming from. According to a detailed plan published shortly before the shutdown took effect, roughly 97% of CBP's 67,000 workers are funded through annual appropriations, which ran out on September 30th due to a dispute between Republicans and Democrats in Congress over healthcare subsidies. Likewise, 95% of ICE's 22,000 workers are funded through annual spending legislation. Nobody responded to requests for comment. Imagine you go to cash the checks and they bounce or whatever. U.S. revokes visa for Colombian President Gustavo Petro after reckless actions in New York. At a pro-Palestine protest, Petro urged U.S. soldiers to disobey Trump's order and not point their rifles at humanity. I think The Guardian is one of the few websites where the video is related to the article, right?
Yo soy un padre soltero. Fumo cuando cosas tan duro. Tengo mucho en la mente.
Yo quiero estar ahí para mi hijo y yo sé que cada cigarrillo limita esas posibilidades.
So yo tengo que parar porque yo quiero estar aquí para mirar a mi niño chico.
True.
Poder disfrutar de su crecimiento, disfrutar de cuando él tenga su propia familia.
Yo quiero vivir.
Wow. That's crazy, Trump.
Por Asamblea General de los Pueblos en las Naciones Unidas, vamos a presentar una resolución que diga que se ordena a las Naciones Unidas la configuración de un ejército de la salvación del mundo que tiene como primera tarea liberar a Palestina. Tiene que ser más grande que el de los Estados Unidos, por eso desde aquí, desde Nueva York, le pido a todos los soldados del ejército de los Estados Unidos no apuntar contra la humanidad sus fusiles. Desobedezcan la orden de Trump. Obedezcan la orden de la humanidad. End the genocide in Gaza.
Not the Gaza genocide. I can understand, I think, a revocation of the visa. I mean, if you're literally telling another country's troops to disobey their commander-in-chief, I get that. The other statements about fucking going to war with Colombia or withdrawing all their aid or whatever seems a little bit unhinged, though. It's weird how much this guy talks about Democrats and never talks about Republicans, the people actually in power. The shutdown seems like a failure if Democrats wanted to focus attention on health care, or much of anything really. It's been a haphazard news cycle. I'm just a guy. I'm not a political operative trying to influence the discourse. I read about what's interesting to me, not all the news that's fit to print. Okay. Good one. I'm not an influencer.
And all those companies are coming back from Taiwan, they're coming back from all over the world, and they're coming back fast. You know better than anybody else, $17 trillion. It could be $20 trillion by the end of the first year, my first year.
Investment in America.
Investing in America, $20 trillion. No country's ever done anywhere even near that, like a fraction of that. Biden did less than $1 trillion in 4 years. I did 20 trillion. We're going to do over 17 trillion in 8 months. By the time we end, we could do over $20 trillion. There's never, in China, no matter where you go, there's never been anything like it. We are building up something that's unbelievable.
Wow.
And a big part of that are the tariffs, because they don't want to have to pay the tariffs. And all those companies.
We're going to have 100 trillion by the end. $200 trillion. Oh, it's Sam Hyde.
I hate the left. I hate aspects of like this.
The U.S. returning Caribbean strike survivors to Colombia and Ecuador, Trump says. What? The U.S. is sending the 2 survivors of a Thursday strike in the Caribbean to their home countries of Colombia and Ecuador to be detained and prosecuted, U.S. President Donald Trump said on Saturday. The move, which was reported first by Reuters, means that the U.S. military will not have to grapple with thorny legal issues surrounding military detention for suspected drug traffickers whose alleged crimes do not fall neatly under the laws of war, legal experts say. What? What is the legal analysis on the other side? We are not at war with these countries. We can't kill people. The military can't kill people. You covering links? I'm just clicking links from chat. That's all I'm doing. The 2 surviving terrorists are being returned to their countries of origin. Terrorists? Okay. This is the more recent thing the president of Colombia said that Trump is mad about blowing up the boats. U.S. government officials have committed a murder and violated our sovereignty in territorial waters. Fisherman Alejandro Carranza had no ties to the drug trade, and his daily activity was fishing. The Colombian boat was adrift and had its distress signal up due to an engine failure. We await explanations from the U.S. government. Uh-oh. Is Ryan cooking or just an alarmist? Which Ryan?
Are we in an AI bubble? A lot of influencers seem to think so.
I want to talk about the state of AI. Obviously, everyone's been asking.
Oh, everybody's talking about this circular bullshit. I don't believe it, but I don't know fuck all about it, so who am I? The GOP representative blames swastika flag in his office on a ruse. Flags altered in a similar way have surfaced around the Capitol. Several Republican Hill offices received American flags bearing obscured swastika symbols. Representative Dave Taylor said a day after an image surfaced of one hanging in his office. What do you mean you don't believe it? As in, I think people are overhyping the concept of it being like some giant bubble or whatever. I mean, I think it is kind of like we're over indexing on it. But I mean, that's probably normal for new areas of investment. People are trying to find the next big thing. Where did people find these flags at? Was this like a Zoom call meeting where these pictures came from? It actually wouldn't surprise me, especially if this is like in an office on Capitol Hill, that like somebody pranked these guys and sent them these flags and they hung them up without like looking at it much. Because like why would you put something like that? It's just so stupid. Why would you do this? Although the Republicans are crazy now. But I mean, like, I don't know. Obviously, if this was anything remotely equivalent to the Democrat side, they would give zero charity for any of this. But don't know if you already covered this, but as of now, 8 out of 10 of the largest protests in U.S. history occurred under a Trump presidency. Yeah, that No Kings protest yesterday was massive. The last I saw was over 7 million people, I think, on Twitter. I saw somebody say that.
Beautifully, and you know, one of the things that you write so beautifully, and your stuff is so fun to read, but you write about Trump. Quote, the way that you build a truly vicious nationalist movement is to wed a relatively small core of belligerent idiots to a much larger group of opportunists and spineless fellow travelers whose primary function is to turn a blind eye to things. We may not have that many outright Nazis in America, but we have plenty of...
This super does not sound real to me. Who is this guy? A CNN reporter or? That's old, I think. I remember we watched this a year ago. Did we? This doesn't sound. Unless it's like really, unless it was like 15 years old. I think he's reading something.
You know, one of the things that you write so beautifully, and your stuff is so fun to read, but you write about Trump. Quote, the way that you build a truly vicious nationalist movement is to wed a relatively small core of belligerent idiots to a much larger group of opportunists and spineless fellow travelers whose primary function is to turn a blind eye to things. We may not have that many outright Nazis in America, but we have plenty of cowards and bootlickers. And once those fleshy dominoes start tumbling into the Trump camp, the game is up. When you talk about fleshy dominoes, Chris Christie comes to mind.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, one of the things...
This would have had to have been recorded from his side as well, right?
One of the things that you write...
Oh, CNN senior politics reporter. Oh, okay, I guess it's real. It sounds... an audio uncovered from his radio show. He read and praised the description of Trump and his supporters as belligerent idiots, outright Nazis, and cowards and bootlickers. Oh, okay, so this was like 10 years ago? Oh, okay, maybe it's possible then, I guess. Oh, well, probably. I've got this on the docket to watch. I've also got this on the docket and this on the docket. Debate fan cam epic Hassan research montage. 1 year old. Why the fuck did somebody link me this? Oh, Rugal asked me earlier, did you find a solution for your problem with power and SDI for your cameras? I bought that big 4x12 SMPTE 2011 converter that gets here on the 21st. And when it doesn't work, I'm going to explode all of chat and find all of you. The fuck is this? We're having a full-blown meltdown. The chickens have come home to roost. For the Japan LARPers. Peak crash out. Mr. Nikki Tabier, please reverse this feature. We need X moving towards zero log policies for DMs and user info, not away from it. This location feature eliminates the cost barrier for governments to identify which users fall under their jurisdiction, making defamation lawsuits efficient to file en masse in countries like Japan. Okay. Is anything about this tweet true? Foreign terrorist enemies operating in our hemisphere will be destroyed. These organizations field armies, control territory and travel, seize commerce, violently extort judicial and political power, rape, maim, kidnap, torture, slaughter, assassinate, and mass murder Americans. Oh. Ejército? I don't know, how do you even say this? Ejército de Liberación Nacional. ELN. I've heard of these guys all the time. These are one of the biggest, baddest groups in the US right now. Tons of my friends have been murdered by them. No. Trump will be performing her critically reviewed single. What?
Without your bravery, we're all out of luck.
Oof. Is that effect supposed to be obvious, or there's a lot of pitch correction on that, right? Or unless it's maybe it's got, that has to be an intentional effect.
Without your bravery, we're all out of luck. No, this can't be denied. You gotta be special. It takes a lot to put you last and everybody first. Without.
Okay. People inevitably demand you give Trump credit for being a deal maker with Israel-Palestine. You should just respond to something more pathetic than giving praise to a narcissist demanding you give them praise. I'll just say you have to give Biden credit first. Got him. Destiny, this is auto-tuned plus chorus echo, a classic thing to make people who can't sing sound good. It's like that Friday song. Okay. They want Tom McDonald to perform too? Oh my God.
Bunny was announced as the Bad Bunny was announced as the Super Bowl halftime performer, and so Turning Point was like, you know what? We're gonna do our own thing. We'll have our own halftime show. We don't need Bad
Why?
Bunny or any of these people. Who would I like to see perform? Tom McDonald, 100%. I think I talked about him last time. We did a Q&A episode, I believe, last week. I said,
are they going to make their own like white football teams as well and have their own like football league where like
I'd like to perform on stage with him, do a little karaoke sesh. Absolutely. I think he's awesome. I would love to see that happen.
Well, Laura Trump thinks I'd be a good alternative to Bad Bunny.
Is it Laura or Lara?
And I should play the Turning Point USA halftime show for the Super Bowl. What do you guys think? Let me know. Let's make this happen. Oh, and by the way, I got a brand new music video dropping tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Let's go.
Bad Bunny was announced.
Let's go. Okay. Can you critically respond to this video since you brought it up?
The director of ICE has fled Chicago because a judge wants to question him on Monday over everything that's been happening with all the bullshit that they've done. He fled Chicago. So you want to put hands on people and kidnap people, but when you get questioned about it, you want to act like a pussy? I guess you are what you eat. Nothing but a pussy, because I'm always going to be a dick and an asshole.
Okay. Got him. What is this? No. I can't do Tom McDonald songs. Husband tells me he's not attracted to me on our baby moon. What does that mean? TLDR, we are on a cruise on our baby moon. Like honeymoon? I'm 5 months along. My husband tells me he's not sure about anything in his life, including everything with me, and tells me he's having issues feeling attracted to me because of my weight. We are both 28. I'm female, he's male, together for almost 10 years. Married 2 years. I'm currently on my baby moon with my husband. What is a baby moon? I've never heard anybody do that before, but okay, cute, I guess. Day before we had so much fun. Oh, a couple days ago, he was acting weird. The day before we had so much fun. I nag him to tell me what's going on, and he tells me that he's not happy with his life, where he is in his life, including with me, that he's not sure about anything, and that he feels like he can't be his authentic self, that I'm often being rude with him and snappy, and he feels like I don't appreciate him. It really hurt to hear that he is feeling this way. I love him so much. I don't want to make him feel that way. We talked for hours in our room and tried to solve the problem. We were getting somewhere. And then he said, by the way, I'm also struggling with my attraction to you because I'm overweight. He said he just wanted to let me know that it wasn't just who I am, but also the way that I look. I haven't been able to stop crying. It's been 3 days, and I'm still on this stupid damn cruise ship and panicking. I wake up panicking and go to sleep crying. I feel like I'm in a living nightmare. He's an amazing man and has been so supportive. We've been together 10 years. I really do love him, and I know he loves me too. He says he loves me, and he's always going to be with me, and that we're going to get through this. But this pregnancy has already been so difficult, and now I have that on my plate too. But the only person that was holding me together, now I can't look at myself in the mirror. I feel so ugly and unwanted. He's been telling me that I'm beautiful and yada yada to try to help. He keeps saying everything is going to be okay, but I'm the one who was just told that I'm a fool in all regards. I cried so hard that I threw up. I really feel like I'm a nightmare and I just want to wake up. I've been dealing with so many things. It's my first pregnancy and many other family issues right now. I just feel so caught off guard and stupid and disgusting. I even hate myself for not being able to get my shit together right now. Like I'm just failing continuously. I don't know what to think right now, honestly. I feel like I'm glad he was honest, but the timing and manner of it all feels so insensitive. What do I do to be able to move forward from this? One thing that I always say I recommend to people is like, you really need to see conversations before you give any advice, in my opinion. Like when people say somebody's acting crazy or somebody's being possessive or somebody's, I think you really need to see the conversations, because the way that somebody characterizes a conversation can just be so like off. Like, like this part here, we were getting somewhere, and then he said, by the way, I'm also struggling with my attraction to you because I'm overweight. Like if they were having a conversation about problems that they were having in their relationship, and he just like randomly throws in like, yeah, I feel like you're getting fat too with the baby and it just makes you not attracted to you. Like that's an incredibly retarded and shitty thing to say. Why would you ever tell your pregnant wife? Obviously she's getting larger. She has a fucking baby in her. But like if they were having a conversation about like a lack of intimacy, and, you know, she was like, do you hate me or what's going on? Are you cheating? Do you want to leave? And he's like, well, no, it's not that. It's just, it's like, it's been harder because like you're pregnant and it's just, I'm not used to seeing you this way. Like if he said something like that, it's a lot more understandable. But maybe all she hears is like, oh, so you think I'm fat? But it's without like actually hearing the conversation, it's really hard to know, like to evaluate. And when you get it from one side, like keep in mind, the person is already, like their emotions aren't going to be random. They're going to feel justified, and they're going to give you a set of facts that are probably justifying their emotions. So you're almost always going to agree with their emotional response to something, unless they're truly retarded. So yeah, I don't know. I always feel like when you run into situations like this, you just need to see the convo. Like show me some text, or let me like watch a convo, like I'll third party and listen. A massive sign of a man who is extremely selfish is that he will sabotage you in both positive and negative events. They will cause an emotional disruption during stressful times, illness, studying for finals, up for promotion, death in the family, and joyful times, life milestones, getting an award, buying a house, etc., vacation, promotion, acceptance to a dream school or dream job. He managed to do quadruple whammy. He got you on 4 points. New baby joy, vacation joy, new baby stress / health concerns / vulnerability and need of support, and you can't escape, so you're trapped in a dynamic of suffering and control where he has the power. Why would he have the power? Is he driving the boat? What does that mean? Like this amount of psychoanalyzing is super cringe. We have no idea. We don't know anywhere near enough about the relationship to be able to say this. That's really fucked up. I'm sure it wasn't intentional, but it is what happened. It makes my head spin. I'm so sorry, but this was intentional. He chose to not deal with his fucked up feelings and expectations for controlling you. He chose to be with you and to stay with you and to marry you and to create a baby with you. He chose to go on this trip. He chose to be a stewing baby man and wreck the tone of the trip. And then he chose to say, like, did we know any of this? All of these subreddits are filled with people who give advice on like 10 to 20 threads a week. Yeah, because they all had like a bad breakup or relationship, and then all they do is like project all of their own life problems on everybody else. Op, listen to this. He did this on purpose. His selfishness is him lashing out. Jesus. Well, cringe. All right. Our boy Darius is in trouble. And Athene's up to no good. Peach Jars confronts a homophobe in San Diego. Jack Doherty.
I'm kidding, but like, my brother's gay. The fuck? I kissed 2 guys at once. How can I be homophobic?
Exactly.
You don't know anything. You're just a woman.
You can still be homophobic.
Oh, and what are you? Homosexual?
A reasonable human being.
How am I homophobic? I love my brother.
You're not just hear all his slurs.
So doesn't mean I'm homophobic just because I say faggot, I'm homophobic. Faggot, faggot, faggot. I'm homophobic. What was reasonable? And nothing's gonna happen to me. That's the problem. No, I'm kidding. But listen, like, you know what I mean?
She walked up and flipped you off.
Yeah, you walked up and flipped me off, bro. You have nothing to say to me. I'm not homophobic. Wait, time out, time out. What if I wasn't homophobic? What else do you have to say against to me?
Transphobic, homophobic.
That for sure. None of my family members are trans, so.
That's why the curls are
You
on the
wish,
forehead.
you wish, boy. My dad's 69 and had full head of hair. You wish. Now, give me. I need a good comeback. I need something from you. You're full of hate. I need you to have one good.
Is this guy like 23 or how old is he? He's young. He's really young, right?
Hateful comment on me. Something that makes sense. Something that's true. Cause I'm not. I think he's better looking than you. No, because you have nothing to say. You definitely. You have nothing to say.
I pulled this.
You're speechless. What is that? It's a fucking Pokemon card, dog. Like, she's saying mean things to me.
Oh, it's not you homophobic. It's like a faggot, bro.
But it's like, it's not a big deal. My brother's gay. I can say faggot.
This is a dumb clip you're farming.
I can say faggot. I can say it. If a word offends you, you can cry about it. You really can. But I can.
I guess he's right, but it's also like, this is cringe. Yeah, I guess he's just like a rage bait streamer. Okay, whatever. Whistleblower at the Athene compound finally speaks out after years of abuse, breaks down in tears, a mega thread. Are you allowed to declare a thread a mega thread? Like as a user? I thought the mods had to do that.
So I was constantly communicating to Bashir Maza and Dries Leisen over a speaker system, right?
Okay.
On the way to Cottbus, right?
Mm-hmm.
From Cottbus to my apartment, and man, now it starts to be a very emotional ordeal, because the next fucking man, what they did to me, man.
Why did you stop pretending to be appalled by the F slur? How short have you been watching my stream if you think I've ever been appalled by any slurs? Generally, slurs just give you an indication as to who a person is, whether it's because they're actually racist or bigoted, or just because they're willing to break norms and don't care what people think they're. But I'm like the least caring slur person in the fucking world. It just like gives you some insight into a person.
It did to me, man. It is.
Was that a kick chatter? It was a DGG chatter.
Oh, every time.
I know you never were, but for years you've gone, whoa, whoa, every time someone said it on stream. Yeah, because it's like generally like a big, like no word for a lot of people. There's like a huge like social stigma around using it. So when somebody's using it, it's like, whoa.
And I explain the story to people, right? They don't. I always start breaking down at this point because what they did to me, man, you have no fucking idea. It is like even if I think I have to explain it in a different way. For fuck's sake, man.
Oh, if I was on Twitch also, it's because I don't want to get banned, yeah.
What they are doing to people, man. Like, it is.
Wow, that was horrible. This is horrible. My God. Wow.
Give me a sec, guys.
Yeah, jeez. That was crazy. For some background context, Athene is an old school WoW streamer who still streams regularly every week about different projects they're working on the compound. He's been out many times for different types of abuse that his workers have experienced, such as this investigation by People Make Games from 6 years ago.
Hey everyone, before we get started, we'd like to provide a little context.
Cool, casual, 1.3 million view, 1.5 hour video. Okay. This first time an actual volunteer who worked alongside Athene speaks up, and the reason why it hasn't happened in the past because Athene has been threatening people legally due to an NDA they have to sign before working with him. Ukrainian refugees kicked out for not following the rules.
He kicked out a Ukrainian refugee girl that fled Ukraine from war. She had a room here in the building, right? And because she dared to live her life as she wants to live her life, she got kicked out because she went to Poland to celebrate and party with other friends in Poland. And Bumasa got really pissed, right? And he kicked her out. And I, as well as Ricardo, had to break into her room, pack all her stuff, had to physically break into her closet because it was locked with a key. So I had to pretty much...
Well, I mean, like, what are the rules? If there are rules and she broke them, I mean, what are we talking about here? Did she agree to it? Did she get, like, trafficked there, or what?
Break into the personal space of a Ukrainian refugee on Bumasa's command. And yeah, all her stuff got packed. And then later on, we had a lot more Ukrainian refugee girls, all girls.
It's kind of weird.
In our building, like younger girls.
It's kind of weird.
And they got really pissed that Anastasia was kicked out. I was then kicked out.
Anna, how many Ukrainian girls are named Anna? Because we have our Anna. I feel like I've seen another semi-popular Anna than this Anna. Are they all named Anna? Is that the Ukrainian girl name? And then like every Russian man is named Vladimir? It is the most popular name? Oh, okay.
At some point, Reese called me to his office and said, "Yo, are you doing like a side hustle or something?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm selling these devices and stuff." Reese then said, "Yeah, you cannot do that because if you do it, everybody else wants to make money and stuff." So I then pretty much had to stop.
Kind of an absurd rule to have, no? Well, it depends on what the arrangement is. Like, if these guys are brought in as workers, or they get like free room and board, or like free food and everything as workers, then it wouldn't surprise me if they're not allowed to necessarily do side businesses. So I don't know, but I would need to see like the arrangement. I'm not sure. People are saying it's because men aren't allowed to leave the country, but women are. Well, that's not very equal rights of them. Ukraine, what the fuck? Can you give a quick lore summary of what the Athene compound was? No. It's just too much crazy-ish. I can't. It's like asking me to summarize the lab. It's like asking me to summarize, where did the Mr. Girl report, the 100,000 word report on you being a manipulative abuser come from? I can't summarize that.
Spent all the money on ads. The budget was around $35K to $50K a day, $35,000 to $50,000 or euros a day that they spent on ads to make more money. The hope was, because Bumasa thinks his...
Okay, if there's no agreement shown, I don't care. Athene forced people to do dangerous work in order to save money.
And I was pretty much doing a lot of practical stuff to save money. I was the only electrician there. I was doing, like, we installed these AC units, me and Raphael, without licensing, of course. Fixing the roof is still leaking. Stuff like this, right? To save money. So we don't have to hire contractors to come over and do the proper work, right? And once the game came out, we still had a little money. The game was not yet successful that well. Eventually, a few months later, the game started to raise income. And Boomaza and Lyson decided to spend all the money on ads. And I was pretty...
Okay. Is he actually a cult leader? Athene? I think so. Anytime people have theories of everything, I tend to think they're getting a little bit schizo off the deep end. And Athene had his theory of everything like 10 or 15 years ago. $14 years ago. I remember this shit vaguely now. Yeah, he's kind of... That's a guy. He's a guy.
The common cultural belief has mostly been that we need a narrative, a diachronic view on our life.
Reese gives people drugs?
Dries Lyson is a drug dealer. He hands out prescription medicine to people. He did this to me, right? He handed me over modafinil and armodafinil, which are prescription medicines that he is ordering from the internet, right? The company that, the pharmacy company that hosted them was Vanguard, I think. He is sharing and handing over prescription medicine to people. I mean, people know that I'm not talking bullshit right now, right? So Dries Lyson is a drug dealer in this regard. Marcus wanted to go to a doctor's appointment, and it was told to him, yeah, but somebody should come along, somebody should bring you to the doctor. Marcus didn't want to go to the doctor with somebody, right? He wanted to go to the doctor by himself, right? Maybe it was a one-day trip or whatever. For whatever reason, I have no clue. Boomaza has to explain it himself later in the court. He got kicked out because he wanted to go to the doctor by himself. Peeled walnuts. Oh, I have to check if I'm still live. Because peeled walnuts, man, oh man, this is the most disgusting thing.
The most disgusting thing.
Go to a doctor's.
Live stream from female volunteer. All of this psychological abuse and gaslighting, constant, is not okay. He cannot get away with it. It's not okay. It's not okay to do these things. That's now why I feel like there's something wrong with me, and that's why I can't even stream normally and express myself, because in some way I'm afraid. What is wrong with me? I don't know. Maybe it's bad. I don't know. This is written like a schizo post. Can you provide some context? I truly can't. I think it's just had a very crazy, wacky, weird history, and he probably maybe started like some cult house thing where he openly scammed people, but he says it was a scam. Like he would say he scammed people with like crypto games. I don't know. It's weird. The People's CEO speaks out. Hey, that's me. Don't care. Is he quote tweeting somebody? Twitch would become about video games again. No IRL, no politics, nothing that isn't directly related to gaming culture in some way. What Twitch was before it started to woo Amazon with the introduction of IRL, relaxing the broadcast rules, especially around sexual content, etc. Hasn't sexual content on Twitch gone down technically? Maybe it like went up and then went down. Like I feel like we had the whole like the bed era. I remember the rabid dueling Amaranth. It wasn't Alinity. It was the Fox. What's her name? Fuck. What was her name? Amaranth versus Indie Fox. And then she finally got banned for, was it farting into the microphone? I don't know. I'd much rather someone with resources steps up to make the Twitch of old streaming site for gamers, by gamers, bring in a team of experienced industry leaders that made streaming what it is, DJ Wheat, Fwiz, etc., and make a board of leaders that understands that the focus is casters, games, and viewers. That's it. Keep overhead as low as possible in the company to keep all the splits as high as possible. Rebuild Paradise in a new format. I feel like the biggest issue with Twitch is they really don't have like a mission. Like, what is Twitch's like Twitch mission statement? Do they have one of these right now, or what is? This is the home for creators streaming video games, music, sports, and everything else they love with magnetic authenticity, drawing in millions of fans who are eager to play a part in where their shared passion is heading next. Their vision is our path forward. We're building the future of live entertainment. If you're interested in teaming up, we're ready to hear from you. It just feels like I just feel like the company just doesn't have a good direction. And if you don't have a good direction, one of the things that I say a lot, it definitely applies to business as well. If you, in your personal life, if you're coming up against a lot of like really difficult decisions, usually in life, I feel like decisions aren't that difficult. The decision might seem difficult, but it's just because there's some like first principles thing or some primary value that you haven't figured out yet. And so the decision is difficult because every time you're presented with it, you're reconsidering some fundamental thing that you haven't figured out yet. And so you're kind of like, flying by whatever your intuition or feeling is at the time, which is, it's not going to give you consistently good results. And I feel like for companies, it's good to have, you need like a mission statement or a value statement or some conceptual foundation so that you always have like these guiding principles or this general direction you're headed in. Because without that, it's easy to just like bloat and expand, and you have feature creep and mission creep and idea creep, and like you just have no idea what you are about, and you don't know like what you're supposed to be supporting or what you should be focusing on, or and that's it feels like Twitch has been stuck in that loop for a long time. At least that's the feeling I have from the outside. What is your mission statement? I don't know. I rewrote it at the beginning of the year when I refactored my company, but then the last year I've just been chilling because I'm in limbo waiting for this stupid court case to end. So we are just getting started. What's going on at Kick? Is there like some huge event happening, or? Can you give an example of one value decision you've had like this? I mean, at the beginning of my life, prior to streaming, like everything was related to self-preservation or not being homeless all the time. So I would always optimize or maximize for income. So for instance, when I had the decision to choose, probably one of the harder earlier decisions was choosing between work and school, because I was working at a casino where I was getting 60 hours a week. But I was working graveyard and I was trying to do the full-time music school at the same time, which is a really difficult thing. But I mean, like when it came time to figure out, like while I'm missing class and tests, like do I quit school and focus on work, or do I quit work and try to get Pell Grants or whatever and just like, finish out school? I mean, there's no guarantee at the end of a music degree that you're going to be making money doing it. So quit school, focus on work. I guess that would be an example of that. Yeah, Twitch is never going to drop all the IRL stuff because I think they make too much money on it. I wonder what makes more money for Twitch right now, the IRL content or gaming content? Well, no, yeah, because like Kai and Speed and these guys. Is Speed on Twitch, or is he still just YouTube? Like Kai, right, I don't think does as much gaming content. What were your career options after music school? I don't know. I always wanted to be a performer or a composer or writer, composition guy. But I also didn't like jazz very much, and I played saxophone, so that would have been weird. Who knows?
What? Is it the Breaking Bad guy? Yes. Is it? Why the fuck is that the photo you choose to take? What the fuck? Look at this shit. Why is this the photo she chooses to take? What is wrong with you, bro?
Based. Darius, what's going on? Darius IRL provokes fight outside TwitchCon with multiple people, gets detained by police. Is this fight at least not related to Xena? Please, God. Why the fuck would you play sax if you didn't like Jazz LeMayo? You know, in League of Legends, there are like lanes and champions that are just suited to different people. Like if you knew me really well and then you found out I played League and you're like, oh, what lane champ did you play? I'm like, oh, AD carry. You're like, of course you were. Let me guess, Draven? Yeah, obviously. Okay. Now it's the same with instruments too. I'm a saxophone player, okay? If you know, you know. I just am. Maybe I could have been a trumpet player, but sax players are cooler than trumpet players because trumpet players are fucking losers, okay? Just because they're not sax players.
Oh my god!
Wait, I'm missing. I'm sorry, I need to pay. What is happening here? Hold on, okay.
Oh my god!
First off, I had something, fuck you, bitch. So, okay, she swings at Darius, I think, right? She tries to? Okay, but this guy's stopping. Okay. Okay, people are trying to separate. Oh, wait. Was that Darius reaching in and pushing for no reason? They're talking here, saying something, and then Darius pushes him back, I think. Nope, guy starts swinging. Whoa, uh-oh. Going down. Whoa, Darius tries to hit. Okay, people are... Oh, damn. Darius, friendly fire. No. Oh, and this guy's just trying to stop him, too. This guy's just trying to tell him to not... He's not even... This guy's not even swinging. He's like, bro, chill. I can't tell. Did this guy get dropped here, or did he just slip on something? It looks like he just slipped on something. I don't think Darius actually knocked him out, right? No, it doesn't. I think he just slipped on something. Right here. Darius even tries to swing him when he's down, though. Damn. Darius. Whoosh. Damn, Darius, what are you doing? Why? Nah, why is he still taking steps towards Darius? Because these guys are trying to fucking fight each other, and all these people are trying to keep him off. It seems like there's a lot of people who invested to make them not fight. And this guy's like, he's like holding his hands out. This guy right here does not at all look, and he's like shouting at him, like, go the fuck away. This guy here does not look like he's trying to fight or swing at all. Come on.
Oh!
Oh no. Okay.
No. Oh no.
What is Darius? Is he super wasted?
Oh no.
He's just like trying to punch everybody that's like walking towards him.
Oh no.
Oh, it's Nick and Kyla. Darius is spitting. Oh, he gets around this dude and he goes for another swing. Darius, what are you doing, bro?
Oh no. Darius, get the fuck out! 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 Get the fuck! Start running! Start running! Get the fuck out! Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out! Yo!
Why? He's just like attacking. He's doing like perma aggro.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo, yo.
But these guys aren't even like.
Yo, yo, yo. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out. Yo, 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 yo.
Oh.
Dude, he has so many charges. Fuck.
Oh, fuck.
He drank soju and broke a bottle on a eel, cutting his hand earlier, then went into a fancy hotel where they found him in the bathroom just rinsing his bloody hand over and over. Someone must have said his sleeper agent trigger word. What?
Hello? Dude, he came up behind me, bro. He came up behind me. I wasn't trying to be aggro again after that. I was trying to get the fuck out of there. Prior to that,
you were clearly we're not trying to get the fuck out. What do you mean? You had so many opportunities to leave here, and every single person is telling all of you guys to back up. You're looking for a fight.
No. At the end of it, he was like, go away. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to go away. But then the dude fucking came up with me with the other dude, and then they fucking started hitting me. I was like, oh, okay, all right. I'm still in this fucking scenario. Also, I'm not defending the fucking start of it, whatever, fucking bullshit, dude. Like, dude was like saying he was gonna break my phone or something, and I pushed him or whatever. I was like, dude, you're not gonna break shit. Get the fuck out of my face. And then he swings first. By the way, he swung first. So then after that, obviously, I go fucking in.
Wait, who swung first? Where in this video?
The tall dude. The tall dude swung first.
The guy, is that the guy with the vest on or whatever?
Yeah, he says he's gonna destroy. So if you want the context, some black chick or whatever is like talking to me all reckless or whatever, and I'm like, nigga, I ain't doing shit to you. What the fuck you talking about? And then fucking.
So I don't see the camera's off, and I don't see it, but it looks like you push him first. Like you're pushing him.
I push him because he gets in my face and he says, "I'm gonna break your camera," and I said, "No, you fuck, you're not." I push him away from me. So then after that, then he starts throwing punches.
Okay.
Does it count? Would you say you hit first if someone gets in your fucking face and you push him away? It's not like I push him like, oh, like I'm gonna fucking like.
The problem is I don't see him in your face. Like there's a world where I could agree with you, but the camera's not on because when you say he's in your face, he's pretty.
If someone has my VOD, like I think they literally had pointed at him before it fucking falls to the ground, but I don't know.
I can't tell like how it doesn't look like it looks like you're having to like fully extend your arm to push him back here.
He's 6'7", dude.
No, I know, but I'm saying like if you have to fully extend to touch somebody to push him back, I don't know if I would consider that like in your face enough to start a fight.
I guess we're not like chest to chest like pushing you or whatever, but I'm like if in the vicinity of my phone getting pushed to the ground and then some guy in front of me. So that's I guess that's the relative thing there.
Listen, so, you're gonna get fucked, bro. You gotta avoid these situations.
Bro, I understand, man. Listen, bro, I listen. I don't know, man. Like, I don't even know what's going on lately, dude. I don't know if I'm just like triggered, dude. Hannah left, bro. It's like a whole thing, man. It's like I just need to maybe like. I didn't take a chill pill, but like, it's dude. How do people just have so much audacity to just like say so much shit to me, bro? Like, it's. I don't know. I gotta like walk. I gotta start walking away. But it's like I cannot do this shit where like there's some like dude on his name's like Ace Maximilian or some bullshit dude. He came up to me like I think like 3 months ago at DreamHack, and he was just like he came up to me and was just like, oh, Xena's getting fucked by Shuvi. Xena's getting fucked by Shuvi. Whatever. I was like, bro, like how do you have the audacity to do this shit and then think I'm not gonna do anything to you? And it's like, and he did that for like 30 minutes straight. I'm like, bro, like, and I need to like get some like I need to get some like higher tolerance or something. I don't know. But I'll figure it out.
Wait, are you drunk right now?
No, I'm just my voice hurts and I'm like also like just like exhausted.
Did you get arrested or did the cops just let you walk?
They just let me go. Literally nothing happened. They were just like, so I had a cut on my finger because I broke a bottle earlier. Or something, and then it was like my hand was like bloody, so they just like said like, hey man, just go to the hospital, we're good. And the other guys like ran off, so nothing, they didn't really do anything about it. And then at the end of it, nothing really mattered, but it was still like.
Do you have like who's like your closest like real life friend right now?
Dude, you know what, I'm not even joking, like the only people like I'm like actually I'm livid, dude. Nick was like able to like help, and Nick was like super awesome there. Also this guy named Caesar, but like bro, I had like 3 people like in my team just like off like fed or something, dude. Like
I'm asking you, who's like your closest like real life friend? Not who's like, who are you walking around with that night? Like, who do you have like a, like, for as fucking retarded as Irrelevant was on saying I should be in a fucking sex offender list or whatever. Like, I feel like Irrelevant was a good, like, restraining person in real life to have around you. Like, do you have like anybody that like tells you to chill or something? When we were at, we met at that event that I did in, I don't even know where the fuck we met, but I feel like the three guys, not to knock them or anything, but I feel like, weren't they all like 19 or 20 years old? Like, I don't know if they were.
Well, Squeeze is 19, but Prawn was there. He's 35, so definitely of age. My friend Kerbafine is really nice. She usually is like being chill. She wasn't there that night though. But I mean, outside of that, like, do I have like? Okay, yeah, she was at the hospital, so she was there. Okay.
Wait, who's that in the background?
Kerbafine.
Who?
Kerbafine.
Oh, was this a person who was fucking talking shit in your car about me?
No, that's the person that you asked if she was on birth control or something.
Okay, first of all, hold on, just because I saw that clip. Hold on.
You're friends with Julie. Calm down.
Firstly, I'm very calm. Secondly, is this Darius? Hello? Are you okay?
No. This is now Kerbafine.
Oh, okay. Well, because I'm not. I'm on Discord. It says I'm talking to Darius IRL. Okay, now I'm talking to some random person. I don't know who the fuck you are. I don't know if I want to talk to you. I don't know why you're talking to me right now. I don't know how you relate to any of this.
You don't have to talk to me. You don't have to talk to me. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. All I'm saying to Darius, okay, I don't know who this other person is, okay, is I was getting an offer that sounded like a fucking, okay, it sounded like a threesome. Somebody was offering me to have a place to stay. They were offering to fucking sleep over or whatever. They were like bringing up the fact that there'd be two chicks there. I didn't know what the fuck the deal was, and it seemed like fairly forward-ish to me. And I asked a question about that because I was just curious. I wanted to make sure, but in the end, we didn't even end up hanging out because I was too busy doing other shit anyway. So, but I'm just saying, somebody made this sound like I'm like asking questions out of nowhere about like people's birth control status or whatever.
If anything, it sounded like you were going to sleep with Julie, not the other two girls.
I don't know. I was just asking a question though, but like I was not the one making any advances here. Okay, I'm getting DMs from people. I'm just in my hotel being a fucking nerd, like videotaping shit and working on stuff. That's all I'm doing. I didn't even see anybody. I'm just saying.
One girl. Let's calm down.
I'm just saying. Hold on. I'm just saying.
Do you remember when we were on a call together? I was in fucking Thailand.
Okay.
If you recall, and I said I don't know what the fuck's going on.
That's fine. Listen, I don't have anything against you or anybody. I don't know if you're the person in the car. I'm just saying the person in the car made it sound like I'm just like throwing out these random messages to girls asking them about their birth control status. That's all I'm saying. Okay, I'm just
that's not. I told the full context of the story. Julie also sends smiley face and stuff. But like she totally seems flirty.
That's fine. As long as it doesn't seem like I'm doing weird shit. That's because sometimes people have an investment in.
I think it's more of a hilarious story that you asked if all three of us was on birth control. Like
I'm just making sure. Okay, I'm trying to be responsible. But okay, thank you for clarifying. Thank you for clarifying. Thank you for clarifying. I'm just randomly DMing people and checking. Okay, thank you. All right, that's all I work. Okay, we're good. We're cool.
Hey, dude, you know something funny? They were gonna have you come over that night, and then it was just gonna be me in bed. And I was gonna be there for you. It was gonna be your little.
Wait, who's Ben?
What? Who's them?
No, you said it was gonna be who and what?
The girl. They said that you were gonna like come over or something, but I was just gonna be the only one there.
That's cool. Then we could have hung out. We could have broed the fuck out. I don't know how we haven't. Darius, we're Eskimoed into so many women right now. I don't know how we haven't hooked up yet, Darius. Okay, we'll figure it out at some point. I'm sure. Don't worry.
You don't even know the rabbit hole. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I need to like fix my shit. Obviously, this isn't a smart idea to be doing. Luckily, nothing legal happened, so it's not going to affect any legal stuff. But I just don't want to.
Okay. Of all the, I don't know any of the people you're hanging around. Are you still in like TwitchCon area or whatever?
Yeah, I'm about to hang out with Kyla and Nick. I'm gonna come Wednesday as well. So
okay. The Nick guy, Kyla's husband, I think he's like one of the coolest people I think I've ever met. You should stay near him more. He's funny, but he's cool. He's mature, but he's not like a stick in the he's not like a stuck. He's a very cool. So that guy will give you good guidance. Hang out with him more, and yeah. Because the goal for these situations, right, is you don't want to be in a situation where you're having to make all these tough calls about who to fight or who's in your face. You just want to like avoid that altogether, right?
Yeah, and I'm not, and then like that's the guy who was recording it. I was like, bro, like that was like my homie. I thought he was gonna like step in, but he said he was just like recording it. The other people were having like a panic attack. And then it was just Nick, but Nick had to like move another guy. There was 3 guys that were like fucking with me. It was the one guy that I hit. I feel bad because I realize now he wasn't trying to hit me.
Oh,
but
the
prior
one,
to that,
yeah.
he was with his boy because they're both in their little vest. He was with his boy talking about how they were gonna like get me, but obviously they didn't he didn't want to do anything. But I mean, like, dude, once I saw him doing that, I was like, I'm cooked. Once I saw his fucking face in my face, I'm like, I'm cooked. And then his other the dude with the hat, he's not even part of the crew. He just wanted the fucking. They were like fighting someone else, and he came over there to fight me, and he was just talking shit. I was like, fuck this guy. But yeah, no.
Okay. Well, just be careful. Stay safe.
I'm gonna hit later today, and
don't drink it so much. Okay, calm down. I don't know if you've noticed this or not about you. It is true of me. I don't know if it's true of you or not, but like I feel like drinking is a thing that lowers your inhibitions a lot. If you have like a lot of like anger or anxiety or just whatever inside of you or bitterness, if you drink a lot, my feeling is that comes out more. So if you feel like you're going through shit or whatever, you know, just smoke some weed or something. I don't know, just chill. Do something more chill than yeah.
There's like a weird underlying situation with like content and like being kind of goated with me right now. And I need to like figure that out with also my headspace with everything kind of going on. So I gotta figure that out ASAP.
Okay. Well, good luck, man.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Okay. I feel like that girl changed her story up a lot, but okay, whatever. Don't care.
Last year,
more people are coming. Oh, I don't care about this. Okay. We'll finish watching this. Just for the memes.
No.
You asked all 3 of them? People, they made it sound like there's going to be some fucking threesome orgy or some shit. I'm just trying to be responsible, okay? But also, look, you see that Vyvanse at work because I didn't meet any of these people. I stayed in my hotel room. I did work, emails, uploaded, because I think that was the day that I went to film stuff at the Pro Pally, was it in Texas? Look. Do you see that? That's a real life example. I am on my grind, my work grind. Unstoppable.
Let's go! Let's go! Go!
So that's how you start a conversation at your what? No, that wasn't the start of the conversation. This was a long conversation about people potentially hanging out.
Oh, fuck. Oh,
Rip.
fuck. Hell yeah, I got all this bitch on stream. Oh, fuck. Oh, hell no.
Are you surprised Darius only got a 3-day ban? Well, it's not like he killed anybody, okay? Chill. Big props to Emily. Is that Emiru's real name? Maybe it's just Emiru, whatever. Emmy. For making a strong statement on this. I wonder if Twitch tried to get her to chill or something beforehand. Like if this same event would have happened to like any of the other, like a Valkyrie or Pokemon type. I feel like I'm shitting on Poke a lot recently. It's just because her name's been up for the Hazan stuff. But if it would have happened to them, I don't think they would have made the same type of statement. It would have been like a joint statement with Twitch that was like completely cucked out to everything. So big props to Emmy for standing up on all this, I think. Types link to clip him breaking a bottle on his hand. You've typed too much shit. I don't see it. I think there's a lot of blood, so don't show it on a YouTube stream.
Where the fuck is that sushi ass bitch, dude? Fuck sushi, bro.
Was Sushi at TwitchCon too?
Where the fuck is he, man? Bro, where is this stupid Arab bitch? What the fucking god?
Oh shit.
Stupid fucking slut!
Oh no, Darius needs to not drink. Not good. This is not good drinking. Oh, not Sushia. Different sushi. Oh, bro, he's like fucked. Oh, it was the sushi. Oh shit, he's fucking the bottle. Oh,
shit.
no. Okay. Well,